I think it's time to start. First of all, thank you for coming. And the first message is that you can help yourself out, but obviously it's an old news because everybody already took a drink, which was means we have covered half of our work today. You know. Now let's cover the other half, which is the data part. Today we are obliged. We are obliged to thank our hosts here from VMware. Yay! And they have been very kind to us. And I'm going to start with several slides, no more than I don't know 5 minutes, something like this, to explain what data science is all about. And yes, thank you. And what data science is all about. And actually, right now, our biggest event that is coming is the thing that is all around these screens is the DataThon, which I'm going to explain. Really, this is basically the focus of my presentation. And after that, we have two very interesting talks. And after we finish with, of course, the talks, question and answers, whatever, we have some refreshments, not only in liquid form, but in some solid form back there. But let's keep the food for after you get hungry, of course. Now, I would like to see that. Thank you. So, for those of you who are not here but online, thank you for joining us as well. Hopefully the stream works out fine until the end of the show. Now, Data Science Society. Yes. Data Science Society has been formed almost 3 years ago. Unfortunately, I have not started it from, I joined the project a little bit later. Who am I? I'm Marchev Jr. I'm a senior lecturer and famous university here, but the university doesn't need to be mentioned right now. It doesn't need my advertising. We are Data Science Society, a bunch of enthusiasts on data science, probably about 30 or 40 so-called experts, probably another 30 or 40 volunteers, and a huge number of followers. So far we've been, for the last 2 and something years, we've been doing plenty of events, probably 25 meetups, conferences, a lot of educational videos, but what we have done is not that important. Actually, what is important is actually our plans. And we have worked with several organizations from the private sector, from the public sectors as well. I don't see, but we should include the Open Data project here as well. And we are striving for a lot of interesting events. The focus right now of our attention is the first of a kind ton. We have seen hackathons. We have seen actually 2 days ago I saw something different here in VMware, which was again some sort of a ton. But if they want, they'll explain. DataThon is really focused on data science tasks, and it is an event. It will be run from 17 to 19 March 2017 in Sofia. We have a very cool location, but we haven't finished the talks there, and when we do, of course, you're going to know first. And it is, by idea, it is a place, actually an event, where we are going to solve real business cases. And we are in talks with several business organizations to supply us with data cases and data sets. And probably, what we are striving at is to make this somewhat of educational event. So probably we're going to have a lot of enthusiasts, we are going to have a lot of math wizards, and we're going to have a lot of coding wizards. Somebody here, already we spoke about it, he said, I don't want to be coding too much, so I'm only going to be mentor. Yes, Mentors are welcome as well. But anyway, this is basically the probably the most interesting thing that we're going to do in the next several months. Of course, throughout this time we are going to continue with doing the meetup, but right now our focus is on the DataThon. Why join? Well, for the obvious reason that it's a place where you're going to see a lot of other geeks, not only you, and you're going to feel at home. And it's an event that, since it's a sort of experiment, we're going to somewhat limit the participants to about 50. Hopefully, if everything is fine, we intend to make it regular and maybe even more often than 1 year, probably every 6 months or something like this. And I'm going to skip this one. It's for corporate. This slide is for corporate organizations. And what sort of cases we are going to have? Actually, we are going to, our idea is to have a unique process that somewhat leaves mark. The typical hackathon or the typical ton, I'm not going to, or game jam or whatever. Typically it ends on Sunday, and this is where it ends. We intend to make it a little bit more prolonged. In a sense, we would like that the teams, while doing their assignment, to sort of write a paper, white paper on what they have done. So there is a knowledge base that is left. Anyway, this is the only different things. There are requirements and so on. This is interesting. Get on board. These are the contacts for if you're interested in joining the DataThon. This information is already on these screens over here, so you can see it yourself. And basically, this is what I wanted to tell you myself. Thank you for your attention.